Well, hello. Today I'd like to revisit a pen that I visited about 5 years ago. This is the Centropen 10014, and at the time I reviewed two of them, and I still have two of them. So, Eastern European / Central European pen from Czechoslovakia, from behind the Iron Curtain. So, a little different from today's pen. So, let's take a look at it, and we'll throw in some old footage too. Now, Centropen was a Czechoslovakian manufacturer. They are actually still around. They are now based in the Czech Republic. This pen would have been made probably in the 50s or 60s. I love the finish on this one. In fact, my beloved Centropen 100820, which is a far higher class pen than this, is made with the exact same finish. You get that amazing chatoyancy and, model number. This trim ring here is a little loose. I need to oops, you can't see it. I need to reattach it. That's an old pen. I don't usually do duplicates of the same pen, but I do happen to have two of this model. So this is the Centropen 10014. So we're going to look at two of them. This first one, of course, is the showy one. Absolutely love that celluloid. And you can see why it has the name it has. And I believe that the numbers there after the model number are the color. And one of the things that makes this pen stand out are these fancy ends. Open it up. Ooh, nib could use a little wipe. So I kind of think, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I kind of think this did have gold plate on it at once that wore off. But it's just a steel nib. Ebonite feed. The other pen is the exact same, except different finish. It's an attractive finish in its own right. There's the model. Hard to read. Let's just see if I can cheat a little. Not amazing. Let's cheat on the other one. Sometimes you can fill in these a little bit non-destructively, but I did not succeed there. Okay, so this one, though, I was going to point out, has lived a rougher life. That's seen some heat. This has seen some sunlight. So they both write the same, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. So we'll start with the brown one. So as you can see, Centropen 10014 with the brown pen, and with the green one. Uh-oh. We won't be writing with the green one. I'll just say that the green one is slightly scratchier. Could use some nib smoothing. Yeah, when I get around to it. So the ink in this is Edelstein, smoky quartz. So I'm just going to imagine some decadent communist official smuggling in luxury Western ink. Flex. This is not a flex nib. It's a good workaday, everyday writer type of nib. Smear test. Not a super wet pen, but You don't need every pen to be wet. You need different pens for different purposes. Wetness and flow. I think it keeps up. And reverse writing. Now, if you're into that kind of thing. Scratchy. Not horrible, but scratchy. And maybe an extra fine instead of a fine. And the world-famous Peer-Gustafson test. And it kept up just fine there. So I had a nice quote. I was going to do one sentence with one pen, one with the other, but I guess I'll do... Ooh, I'll save that one. I'm going to do a rodeo with this too, so I'll just save that. Very well. Unscrew it. It's kind of a captured converter type of filling system, built into the pen. And you see that on several of these Central European pens. Paid quite a lot when I purchased that Centropen 100820. For many years, it was the most expensive pen I ever owned. Not so with these. These are much more affordable. These are in the double digits. Depending on condition, you can find them quite reasonably. That's one of the things I enjoy about the pens that I buy is you get some surprisingly nice pens like these at fairly low cost. I wish I would have noticed that I already had one, but I didn't. I only noticed because I have a recently revived interest in Centropen because I was given one and was looking at my collection and said, oh, whoops. So, but I have two. We'll see. There's possibly something coming in the future. So, anyway, if I think they are quality made. I think the filling mechanism is quite good. Centropen of today isn't quite what it was back then. But back then, what it was is it was a company that was forced to form after the communists took over. Instead of all the individual little pen manufacturers, they were forced to combine into a single one. And for whatever that's worth, I think some of the pens really demonstrate some of the skills these individual pen makers had. A little disappointed with what Centropen is offering now, but they do apparently have some fountain pens, and I would like to try some out. So it's the Centropen 10014. I will admit it, I'm more of a sucker for the brown one because it's prettier. These aren't the first pens I go to grab when I go to grab an exotic pen, older pen, but not the last pens either. I enjoy them. They're good writer pens. They're not, whoa, look at the line this lays down type of pens or anything like that. But good, reliable writing pens, and I appreciate them for that. That filling mechanism that you find on so many pens from this area, not my favorite, because I haven't figured out how to fix it yet, if there's a problem. I do have two pens, not these two, but two other pens with problems in there. And, don't know how to fix them. I think they're glued in, and I haven't figured out the alchemy to get the glue out without destroying the pen. But, as far as the pens go, one has a prettier finish. One has clearly seen some action, as shown by the effects of heat on it. But both write well, and, well, let's talk about the pocket test. Take the pretty brown one. I totally did that wrong. Wow. There's no pocket on this shirt. Yeah, once I aimed it correctly, it went right over my t-shirt, no problem. Let's see about the other one. See if I can aim it right. Oh, yeah. Went over right away, but that one also has a looser clip, so, we'll be fair. I am squeaking on my chair. But anyway, I am always impressed by many, not all, of the pens from behind the Iron Curtain. Yeah, there's probably a little bit of stereotyping there, but I enjoy them. They're different. I've taken a hiatus for a while on buying fountain pens, whether of this type or another type, of any type. And now, as of October 11th, 2024, I might start looking at fountain pens again. I just took a break because trying to pay the house off, then I got it paid off, and then it was summer break when I don't have any money coming in, and I would like to explore more of what is out there from Centropen, Toes Pencala, and the other side of the Iron Curtain, all the lesser known manufacturers, and even some of the bigger known ones. I love vintage Kaweco, vintage Montblanc. I have a few vintage Pelican, but those range from wow, amazing, down to leaks. So anyway, back to the pens in question. Yeah, if you're looking for a not terribly expensive pen from behind the Iron Curtain, the Centropen is a great way to go. Centropen 10014 is pretty easy to find. You get those cool, probably not glass, but plastic finials. You can go a little more upscale to the 10016, or, I've got the fancy one, which has got to come out to play again one of these days in a Pens in Use. So, yeah, this is what I enjoy about the fountain pen hobby. I'm not a buyer of the new pens, but finding these lesser-known older pens still gives me a thrill. And now that I'm not making house payments, yes, I've got to put that money either toward a CD or some kind of other investment, but I'm no longer teetering on that knife edge of, I got to pay extra and I've got extra money this month. Let's put it all toward the house. I'm a lot more free than I was. So I'm not going to go crazy, but expect to see me pick up a few, maybe more pens than I have in the past year or two, as paying the house off got closer and closer. Early. So anyway, it's funny how life priorities can impact your hobbies, and this is a case where it did, but I think it was the right choice. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.